What's going on, traders? What's going on? Let's jump right into it. Jumping on a couple minutes late here, was calling out this YM trade in the free Discord. Tried to get this thing rolling, but similar to yesterday, I'm just gonna have to start these a little bit earlier. Yesterday it was OBS not connecting. Today it was just personal, but this was long into VWAP. Let's actually go to the tape. Show you exactly what I was looking at here. Let's see. 9:19 a.m. today. Long into the open. Long YM into the open. Going to be late to the live. Here, ready? I'll actually just throw this on the screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Boom. Just so we're clear, here's exactly what I was looking at. Same play as yesterday. Long, got long. 44416 TP at VWAP on micro YM. I was adjusting for 1-to-1, meaning I'm going to adjust the take profit to stay right at VWAP, since that's the thesis, that's the trade idea. And if that means I'm bringing the take profit down, I'm also bringing the stop loss up to maintain at least a 1-to-1. Called out when I got stop loss to break even, and then just called out the trade hitting. So 44416, so show you guys what this looked like. Boom. Take profit was somewhere up there. Stop loss maintaining a nice 1-to-1. Again, nothing crazy on these. Said it was going to start getting a little bit heavier, but it's actually just like that. Said it was going to start to get a little bit heavier, just still light on this one, scaled in, as we were right here, right before the open. Actually, it was right here, right before I was sending that out, 9:18. So yeah, very, very simple trade. What are we looking at here? What's the thesis? What's the trade idea? Testing this low. Didn't even have it marked on my chart today. This bad boy right here. We're testing this right before the open. Thesis of these trade ideas, very, very simply, support and resistance, back to areas of high volume, back to VWAP, back to areas of high volume, looking at visible range volume profile. Stupidly simple setups. They pay nicely. I really enjoy it on Dow coming into the open. That was the trade today. Now that we got past that, I was really hoping to get that on right as I was getting ready to hit live, take profit hit. So I'm still missing trades on here, but I could say confidently and showed you guys there, if you were in the free Discord, you were able to see that one in real time, get called out with take profit, stop loss placement, entry, everything in real time. So if I'm not on here live streaming with you guys for whatever reason, I have an issue, I'm going to do my best to call it out. Now that we got past that, let's kind of jump back over here. Usually the intro. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing you see or hear from me is financial advice. I'm just an idiot yapping on YouTube. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, along with the affiliate and partnership disclaimer in the description of this video. But now that we're back to it. Green so far, light green on the morning. Again, low risk. Risking around 100 to make it around 100. All good. Long VWAP, long back to VWAP, long back to volume into the open has been paying very, very nicely here on Dow. Now, if we get a little bit more analysis rolling, I'm going to look for some other areas that I would want to pay attention to. Right up here, right up in here is going to be the top of a nice, whoa, not what I want to do, a nice resistance zone that I'm going to be watching. We crack right above VWAP, come back up here. I may look short back down into this area. I'm looking at this being somewhat weak on the day, right? This is kind of looking, this is kind of looking to the downside here, right? Saw what happened yesterday. Overall, pretty dang choppy here on Dow. Weak overnight session, right? Weak into the open, crack right back to VWAP. Do we see this low be tested and a sell-off start to continue? I could see something like that. Short from VWAP could be a play, but I'm going to pause on Dow, right? It's really a right at the open or after the open or into the open type of setup that I'm looking for on Dow. It seems to be working really, really well. So I'm going to look to see if we come up higher, test these highs from yesterday. Or if we come back down to crack this low that we were putting in right here at 915, 920. Actually, this was like the, right into the open. Right into the open, we wicked lower. So let's take a look at our good friend NASDAQ. We got a fresh chart here on Micro NQ. Let's jump out to the daily. Take a look. You guys will get my full chart markup. Good morning, Brian. What's going on, guys? Appreciate you hopping on here. Getting it done. Late into the open, but we do what we can, man. We do what we can. Let's get prior day's high marked out. Couple objective levels that I mark on my chart: prior day's high and prior day's low, coming straight off the daily candle. Boom. Let's go ahead and drop down. Yeah, so we know what happened yesterday. Big bullish candle, but we didn't come up and run the highs. Opening up. Yeah, opening up. Gap down, no wick to the upside here on this daily candle that's forming. We got a little gap in here. Yeah, here's our close right here. Pushing down right there into that open. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so just eyeballing the chart, taking a look at where I might want to have some additional zones. I obviously want to take a look at these highs. I think this is somewhat of an important level. Tested as lows and some consolidation in here. So I'm going to come way back over here and draw a nice little potential resistance area right here. I'm going to grab these highs and draw a zone off that level if we start to come above prior day's high. These are two discretionary levels that I'll be watching. I'm going to bring that all the way back over here to capture these highs, kind of this level right here and this level right here, the tops of it. We start to break out higher than that. This would be an area, but more importantly, this whole area up here. So I'm just going to leave that alone. We start breaking above this level, I know that I'm going to be looking out for something else up there. Looking lower. Yeah, we really tested this area. If I'm on the 15-minute, let's jump out down to the 15-minute. Lows, highs before impulsive moves. Area consolidation. I would have probably I'm kind of cherry picking it, so I'm not going to come right off this low here. I probably would have had a zone right in here, right? Capturing these highs before a push lower. We really didn't respect it. No big reaction here in the overnight session, pre-market. But we did have some tests of it here as well. So I'd probably have a zone right there. It's kind of where price is right now, so I don't know that I'm going to leave that. I'm actually not. Looking lower, but before prior day's low, right? If we start to sell off, what am I looking at? Well, visible range volume profile gives me, this actually needs to reset. There we go. It's a little bit clearer. Yeah, I don't really have a clear level looking past day over day here. Yeah, I'd probably be looking way down in here. Way down in here. For a discretionary level. Below price, but above prior day low, where we have an obvious clear level right there. All the way down, I'd probably be looking way down here for a potential move lower. Capturing these highs and lows, tops and bottoms for some discretionary levels. Looking at NASDAQ, a little bit choppy here. Still maintaining this kind of bullish run from last week, although not getting above these highs. I'm still looking for buys on NASDAQ. Kind of the same thing that I've been doing every day. We popped right at the open. Do we see the same thing today where it's buy the first 5-minute bar to the upside? Maybe. It's just not my setup. It hasn't been presenting me with really good trading opportunities. This is what we were looking at yesterday. And then we kind of just had an uneventful rest of the day, kind of just choppy, consolidating back and forth here. But looking at this, I am interested in buys. I don't know that we come back down. Yeah, looking at this, this is not that clear. This is just not that clear for me. Back down to VWAP for the close. Overnight session somewhat weak, right? Below VWAP, trending lower, right? Putting lower lows and lower highs in here on a low time frame. At the open, we crack higher, but we are, in the top end of yesterday's range. I think it's likely that we come back and, trade above the close. I think it's likely that we come back up here. I just don't know that we break out and run today. It doesn't really feel like that. And if we come lower, I'm saying I'm looking for a buy, but I'm trying to figure out where I would like to be a buyer. If we come lower, down below this level, this 66, 67, the 660s, let's say 670s, I don't know that I want to be a buyer. That looks like it could be dangerous to the downside. So I'm going to stay flexible on this for right now. I'm kind of no bias coming into this yet. It means I'm not going to do anything until I watch some price action and actually see something start to form. But yeah, we watch this from the 15-minute. Keep an eyeball on Dow. Ooh. Retest to VWAP. Yeah, I'd like a sell from back up at this level. That'd be pretty much it. First test of an area of resistance. Highs from yesterday. Potentially we come up here and close this. I think a move back down towards VWAP in the very mean reverting, choppy back and forth way that Dow moves could be possible. So we'll see if we get that. But outside of that, again, I really am interested in the first move off of VWAP or back to VWAP on Dow, leveraging that volatility for the morning session. So we'll see what we get. Chart marked up. Prior day's high and low, a couple discretionary levels above and below price. Outside of that, I'm looking at VWAP, visible range, volume profile, and most importantly, first and foremost, price action and market structure. I'm a discretionary price action, market structure, volume trader. A little bit of order flow mixed in there. We got our good friend Bookmap rolling on the side. Ooh, quite a bit of liquidity right above price right here at the 800s. Not too surprising. They seem to stack orders, whoever they are, seem to stack orders at big round numbers. We love big round numbers here on NQ. The 800s are pretty heavy. Ooh, I didn't see this morning. Scrolled way out on Bookmap and saw something else. Let's take a look at Dow as well. Hang on. Sure, I got both these loaded up. Cool. Okay, so here's what I was looking at. I run Bookmap pretty zoomed out. Guys will run this really zoomed in. If you're not familiar with what this is, this crazy looking heat map, it's an order flow tool. It's a lot less complicated than it looks. This is your live depth of market, your ladder. These are current resting orders. That's what this is showing. These are sell orders above price on the current order book for NQ. This is available to anybody. This isn't special. This is just level 2 data displayed in a heat map. That's the only thing special to Bookmap. You have to pay for this subscription and the level 2 data, 2 separate subscriptions for this. But we got a nice stack of orders right up at 800, 750, 725. We've got, that's actually a little bit below, 722. We got big stacks of orders, but it wasn't until I started to zoom farther out. Ooh, and it came off the book. We had 250 down at 21,650. That was a big stack of orders. That has since come off the book. So again, spoofing is real, dark pools, faking liquidity, whatever you want to call this stuff, whether it's real or not, when that comes off the book and it doesn't get placed anywhere, it's interesting, right? That's somebody or multiple people, looks like it's still 50 on the book down there, that had 200 lots that removed it, right? Anybody can delete or add an order anywhere they want in a live account. But if it doesn't move up or down somewhere, like you would see it come off right here and then come right on the book somewhere else, that's kind of showing that it is not, they're not interested in getting filled at that level anymore. But just looking above and below price, because we do have some stacks of orders. Yeah, big round numbers. Big round numbers on NQ. That's what's holding true. That was looking appealing to the short side, though. You know, we get a big stack of orders like that. I try to look at where it is on the chart, and then, you know, maybe take a look at that for a trade towards it. So I'd be surprised if both of these weren't filled out today. We didn't trade out the 800s and the 750s. If they stay on the book, we come down there. I think we're likely to see a lot of volatility, right? I don't guess and say, oh man, I think if we hit that, we blast off or we find resistance. Either or. It's just an area of interest that I think if we continue moving in that direction, we're likely to see some reaction similar to a support resistance zone, an order block, a supply and demand zone, an area of liquidity that you mark, you know, however you want to interpret that. So watch out for the 800s and the 750s. I'll actually mark them on. We are almost at 800 right here. Yeah, I don't really have to mark that. You know, we're really at it. And then 750s right down at VWAP. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for some movement today. This may be similar to yesterday where I come on with a trade on. Again, if you guys hopped on late, feel free, hop in the Discord. I'm gonna show you it again. I kind of showed it right at the open, but here's what I was looking at. Again, if I'm hopping on late, guys, I'm going to try to show you what I am looking at. I'm going to try to call the trade live. That's what we had going on here. Late to the live, this is 9:19 a.m. today. Long, YM into the open, exact same play. Gave you my entry, take profit at VWAP, letting you know that I was adjusting it to keep TP at VWAP, maintaining a 1-to-1. Not exactly how I play this every day, but that's how I was playing it this morning. Let you know when I went stop loss to break even, just a couple minutes right after the open. And then we got take profit hit right down here. So that's the free Discord. I will drop the link right in here. We'd be more than happy to have you guys in the free Discord if you're not already in the free Discord. And if I'm late or I'm missing something, I'm going to try to call it out like I did just there this morning. Happy to have you guys in there. What's up? What's up, Diamond? Could be having to push sideways till Powell. I thought we had 10 a.m. Powell. Hang on one second. 2 p.m. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Diamond? Yeah, I'm looking at 2 p.m. and then we got Trump speaking tentative. Let's look at this together, though, guys. Maybe you're seeing something else. That's why I like... Yeah, so I got... I'll show you both these. I got on forexfactory.com. Let me make sure we can see this. 10 a.m. Red Folder News. Jerome Powell testifying. And then I've got, looking at Financial Juice, Jerome Powell testifying, 10 a.m. So we also have Trump speaking at some point, which is tentative. That's just going to throw us for a loop. But I saw someone said 2 p.m. So if you got something different than me, let me know. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong info. But we have about 5 minutes till that starts. That should be pretty difficult to deal with, right? Or the squeaky mic arm. That's going to be pretty difficult to deal with. It's right during NYSE session. It's a speaking event, not just a data release where we get a number, we get a big crazy news candle, and then maybe in the next 5, 10, 15 minutes, you know, price kind of calms down and we can continue some normalcy. Anything where somebody's speaking or answering questions, or it's a conference or a testifying type deal like this, even more difficult to work with. So I'm still going to look for trades. I'm going to look for setups. I think we may see a lot of momentum, and I may be more inclined to take a momentum style trade, right? If we start to really push in one direction, jump in with that momentum rather than just waiting for, you know, a pullback, a setup to form. Still a setup to form, I should say, but we'll have to see what we get here. So 9:55 a.m. Eastern right now, about 5 minutes to that starts. We are watching NQ here on TopstepX. Got a 50K account. This is a 50K account. Let me get my daisy chain group going. You guys want to see something else? I'll point something out to you that you might find before I swap this over. Let me know the last time TopStep had a DLL. It'll tell you how old this XFA is. Just going to point that out to you guys that are interested in me taking it nice and slow and conservative in some of these and holding on to accounts. This one's like, I don't know how old. I think this one is like an 8-month-old account. So, boom. We're back on the 3-pack, fresh. Going to go ahead and trade these bad boys. This is what I've been trading here with you guys on the live. And we will continue that. But we're on TopstepX. We're on the funded accounts, TopstepX. Picked up a Tradeify 50K yesterday. They had a 40% off sale. It's still running 30%. Pretty sweet. I'll be trading that coming up this week. Just didn't have time to get everything set up today, but I did get logged in. It's on Tradeovate, so I'll probably be either hooking TradingView to Tradeovate or just marking on TradingView and trading through Tradeovate, showing you guys both because I think it's important to display that level of transparency, right? Live trading means trading from a platform where you show executions, right? You show, even if you don't have P&L running, you have at least, ticks running. You can see the trades being executed. You can tell that it is in fact what type of account the person's trading, all that fun stuff. So, yeah, man. What's up, Diamond? Yeah, I got a couple fresh ones. I've definitely ran through a few of them. I do have two. I think one is from June. One is from August. June, July, August, November, December, January, February. Yeah, going on 9 months. One of them's from 9 months. But I got another 5 trading days, and the one from August, probably going to take a small payout. Nothing crazy. Again, I'm not really where I want to be as far as the size of payouts. I just struggle with the good risk management principles. This sounds like a cop-out, but I struggle with the good risk management principles that I've built, and I spent time trying to get really aggressive individually in 50K accounts, and I just don't have it in me to YOLO accounts. I don't have it in me to put really, really huge risk on and, run through accounts. So I'm moving more to continuing to stay somewhat conservative, but copy trading. Just going to see how that feels for me, see how that works for me. It's been pretty good so far, but we continue to adjust, man, right? Everybody has a threshold when it comes to risk, what you're comfortable with from a grand scheme of things. And I'm at a place where I'm very comfortable having a lot of accounts on backup. I've just conditioned myself and shown myself what the proper amount of risk is to put on for accounts, and I don't like standing to lose them so quickly, even subconsciously. So it really it causes some conflict there. But you recognize that stuff through journaling, through trading, and you just continue to adapt. So copy trading still somewhat aggressively, not really aggressively, modest, can be, an alternative, right? But you find what works best for you. No wrong way to do it. I've seen both ends of the extreme, right? Guys that are essentially just YOLOing accounts first day and blowing them until they hit one. I guess you're making money doing that. I've asked a couple guys for some details. I can never really seem to get any details on guys that do that. But yeah, that's out there all the way to, really, really conservative. What you see me do in some of my accounts, hold on to them, trade conservatively, work your way to small payouts. So again, I've got, I've got 2 that are older, 3 that are fresh. That tells you that I have lost XFAs. Lost a handful of them. Watching this thing closely as we come into 10 a.m. I want to see if we see a jump here. We have Jerome Powell starting to testify at 10 a.m. Do we get crazy volatility right on this 10 a.m. candle? Yeah, we do. We do. It's the 15-minute chart. We are moving. This could be interesting. I'm not, and I'll always tell you when I don't have like a ton of an idea or experience of what's about to happen. I don't know what this is going to look like. I just know that it's not a data release. I don't know that if a like testimony report comes out, or if he's actually answering questions. There is a live stream attached to it, so I would be cautious with this. Again, I'm going to look for momentum. I'm still going to look for trades. I'm somewhat unbiased right here on NQ for the morning. So, we're going to see what we get. We start to break and run to the upside. I'm going to look for a pullback to get long. Conversely, we start to break out to the downside. I'm going to look for the same. Somewhat of a neutral idea here on NQ. But we may be pushing up on Dow. No, big, huge wick. Jump way back out to the daily just to kind of get my bearings in the higher time frames. We zoom way out just to kind of talk technicals. We zoom way out. Obviously, we know what's going on here. This is the beginning of November, October. We're looking very bullish, right, on the daily, day over day, week over week. We start to zoom in here, and we saw some interesting stuff happen. We had a really clean uptrend here, came down, tested that, failed to move higher. We put some lower lows in, looking like we were moving lower highs in on the daily. Found some support down here. We really didn't want to break below this. You can see all the long wicks to the downside. And put this high back in here. Challenge this high from end of December, before the new year. We challenged that recently. Came off. We know what happened the last couple weeks. And it's been kind of choppy, back and forth. Big sell-offs on Monday. Big recoveries later into the week. And I'm interested to see if we come back up here and challenge this, was this the 100s? Yeah, the 22,100s level. That would really be an indication that we are in store for some higher pricing. But this is somewhat choppy, right? If we zoom out, if we zoom in from the daily, but we stay somewhat zoomed out, like on an hourly, that's kind of choppy. Yes, we have some major day-over-day trends, right? Weekly trends in here. But that's somewhat back and forth. We're not ripping to the upside here. So and we're kind of contracting, right? We're failing to get above a high. We're failing to get above a low. That really, we just tested. We looks like we cracked above it, but we just tested. And we're starting to kind of contract a little bit. We're getting the Dorito wedge pattern that Dobie talks about often. So I'm interested to see what we get. That's why I think I just don't have a really, really strong indication where I say I want to be a buyer. We rejected a major support zone. We're starting to push off. And, 2 weeks ago was really looking aggressively for buys. I'm going to wait to see what happens today. A little bit more patient. Again, we have a red folder news event happening right now. Got Jerome Powell talking. And I don't know exactly what to expect from that outside of some volatility. Just don't know how much or exactly what that's going to look like. But I'm going to watch this on the 5-minute, see if we can't get something that starts to form, some structure that starts to form, an indication of what we're likely to see out of this NYSE session. Not too long from initial balance setting up, so maybe we look to trade within that statistic. That'll help us out. Go from there. Rate decision. Got you. Okay. Ryan, where are you seeing this, my friend? Today, Tuesday, February 11th, we have I don't think we have that today, brother. I don't think we have a rate decision coming out today. Because that sounds like a rate, the FOMC rate, and a 2:30 p.m. conference. So I don't think that is happening today. 10 a.m. like we talked about, he's speaking, testifying right now. So you're long. Hand on the exit button in case we come down super strong. Could be faking everybody out to the upside. Yeah. Still early, right? Big pop at the open. We retest a VWAP. We're kind of holding above, but we got some volatility on that 10 a.m. candle. Looking at the 5-minute chart. not showing a ton of direction just yet. You know, if you are trading the 15-minute opening range breakout, maybe you got long on that candle pushing to the upside. Oh, sorry, wrong website. Yeah, no pressure, man. Again, I always ask, right? Like, I don't have every answer. I don't try to be like the smartest guy in the room. So if you see news or something that like I'm not paying attention to, like I selfishly, and for anybody else listening, I want to know about it. So I go, oh, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong site. I didn't refresh Forex Factory or Financial Juice. So all good, brother. Yeah, no FOMC rate decision today. Jerome Powell speaking. You know, here's what we're looking at. 10 a.m. He's testifying. Usually comes in two parts. First, he reads a prepared statement so we can read about it. A text version is made available on the Fed's website at the start, so that already dropped, right? And then the committee will hold a question and answer session. There you go. So since the questions are not known beforehand, they can make for some unscripted moments that lead to heavy market volatility. Again, this is forexfactory.com. You could tell that I came from the Forex world. You can get this information from plenty of other news sites, financial news sites. So that's what we have going on. President Trump, at some point, it's not scheduled. Maybe we can Google that and figure out when that is, but he's got a press conference that could lead to some volatility. So we got volatility. That news candle looks like it was a reaction to the text version. So now we understand kind of what this news event is. Not that I'm the big fundamental guy. I typically don't care so much. I just care about these things. Major scheduled financial news events, right? Data releases, the chair speaking and likely going to move the market, or at very least increase volatility. So that would be the reaction right there initially, right? The 10 a.m. candle. Now we're probably going to hesitate a little bit, at least what it looks like so far, until reporters start rattling off questions, or whoever starts rattling off questions, and he starts answering them. That sounds sketchy. This is not, I don't know, this is something I want to put risk on for. I'm going to be watching and see if we got something clean. That's my game plan. Posted 13 days ago. Not sure why it popped up on my search today. Yeah, no, all good, man. All good. Well, look, Ryan, see, we helped you out today. You don't have to be sketched out about 2 p.m. Be sketched out about something else. Let's see if we could find when Trump is supposed to speak. Anybody that finds that, I'll give you a virtual high five. Yeah, A+ setups today. What's up, Jim Jacks? Well, I got my finger in the X button. Yeah, what's going on, guys? Handful of people on here. 15, 20 people. 6 likes. Hit the like button, guys. Slam that like button. Help me out. We are watching NQ. We got Jerome Powell speaking right now, testifying. Looks like the text version came out, and now we have some corresponding questions. That could be dicey. We were opening up below VWAP, cracked right back towards VWAP. That played and paid very nicely on Dow. Again, if you're not in the free Discord, hop in. Called that trade out this morning. Exactly when and what I was doing. Tagging everybody. Showed it twice here for you guys on the live stream. If I'm late and I have a trade coming into the open pre-market after the live, I'm going to try to call them out. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm always testing stuff in live market conditions. That stuff I don't call out just because I don't even know what the what the results are going to look like because it's testing. So outside of that, I will try to call. So came back down, retested VWAP, looking strong here. This could be a play to the upside to continue on this movement. There's absolutely a long here, kind of similar to yesterday, right? We opened up bullish, came back down, put a low in, failed to get below lows, and just buys from this level would have paid. There's absolutely a play like that, right? From a middle time frame or higher time frame, 5-minute, 15-minute for intraday. Pop at the open, test a VWAP. Sellers failing to take it lower. Still have liquidity up above and down below, but we start to break and run to the upside. This could look good for a long. But from down here, I think would be the play. If I was heavy long bias today, or I had a lot of confidence in maybe Jerome Powell wasn't speaking. I think something like that could absolutely be in play. I don't like this as a stop loss level. I think we could easily come and test this. If I want to come below it, how far below? I don't, 20 points is not a clean way to structure risk. Just really not a clean way to structure risk. This is what happens trading breakouts, with the trend. It's the difficulty that I find. But so far, strong, right? If we just were looking at, regular trading hours, pop at the open, coming back up to close the gap, holding above VWAP. Have to see what we get. I'm considering, something that would be, I'd need something really clean. I need a wick down here, something really aggressive, and then buyers to start to take it higher. Give me a good way to structure risk, right? A better entry point and some indication that we're going to move long. That's asking for a lot. So let's see what we get here. We will see what we get here. If crazy volatility comes in, broker didn't get me out last time either. Myself, yeah, you got to be cautious of volatility. You got to be cautious. But again, appreciate you guys hopping on here. Feel free to ask questions, man. If you have trading questions, happy to talk about whatever it is you guys want to talk about. That's the fun of doing this stuff live. If you are on here for the first time, you can't chat. Hit subscribe so you can chat for next time. I keep subscriber mode on here so I don't have to deal with too many trolls. It's been pretty decent. Now that I said that, I'll probably have someone to come in and call me a scam or something. Yeah, looking like we want to push. Find out. Let's see how the Discord's doing. Watching this bad boy try to push, man. Again, if you're trading breakouts, this doesn't look terrible, right? This may be like really wide for somebody else. 40-point stop loss, 50-point stop loss just down below these lows. This is feeling choppy, right? Here's our 10 a.m. news candle. This is feeling like we're consolidating. I'm cautious. Some gnarly volatility. I really am. We got Jerome Powell speaking. Again, guys, right now it is red folder. That could be a difficult situation. So something that's really clean that sets up. I'm looking at it. I'm favoring this thing long. What else is new? But not on a breakout out of here. Again, I think it's fine to be taking that. Long towards prior day high. Continuing. This move that, hey, we're not going to come back down and sell off. Here's our low from the morning. Testing some areas of support. Maybe you have a zone drawn here that looks really clean for you. Holding above VWAP, break and retest of the area of high volume, looking like we want to come through to this next area up here near prior day's high. Not a bad play. Not a bad play. We'll see how that plays out. If I watch it too many more times on these live streams, I'm going to start taking the small breakout trades to the upside. It's only so reserved I'm going to be. Because a lot of them would have paid. A lot of them would have paid. But we'll stay patient on that one. Jerome's talking now. Yes. Yes, Ryan. Yes, he is. Let's see what we get out of this. Yeah, not a whole lot out of this so far, guys. Not a whole lot. Just, actually just taking a look at my... Oh, Ryan's live tweeting it. Jerome talking now. Conditions remain solid. Employment rate steady. Okay. Okay. This could be bullish. Could be the bullish play. I was actually just taking a look at the Tradeify account that I got yesterday, seeing if everything was set up. They're saying everything is fine, though, even though the world's on fire, but sounding good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, again, guys, kind of just hanging out on this one. I don't have anything really clean. We got Jerome Powell speaking for those of you that hopped on late, not to just keep repeating the same thing. We don't have a lot out of the markets. Popped at the open, choppy, although trending to the upside. Ooh, Dow with a pretty gnarly reaction, came back down, tested this low, and came right back to VWAP. Here's more of what I look for on Dow playing out. Let me make sure that VWAP's in the right spot. Also, if you hopped on late, I called out the buy that I took on Dow right from this level right here back to VWAP. Caught about 16. Yeah, about 60 points on Dow this morning. Yeah, retest of a support area and then right back to VWAP. Dow loves to go and check out these areas of high volume. Also, if we just kind of zoom out, you know, that visible range volume profile, same spot. It's a nice added piece of confidence there that we love to hang out in the area of high volume. This is going to be a tricky week. This is going to be a tricky week to trade. If we look at some news together, we have the same thing tomorrow. Same thing tomorrow. And then with CPI at 8:30 a.m., that could be tricky if you trade pre-market. But I really look at stuff that's post 9:30 during my trading session. 8:30 a.m. PPI, unemployment claims. That's not that bad for me. Be okay on Thursday. And then same on Friday. Retail sales at 8:30. That's okay. We get the crazy news week, maybe some increased volatility at the open. But after that, we can just go ahead and trade. We can do our thing. So tomorrow is going to be tricky as well, man. I'm interested to see what we get today. This is not that crazy. It's definitely not that crazy. What's up? What's up, guys? What's going on? Yeah, I love that. Yeah, man. Yeah. YM is sweet, man. Really sweet. Again, moves differently than the other ones. I was joking about the meme of the thing that I was posting in Discord yesterday. Dow lives in its own world, at least in my humble opinion. We're getting a little run for the highs out of NASDAQ here. NASDAQ and ES much more correlated, in my opinion. They move similarly. This looks like we want to break out. We got some liquidity right above here, right into like the 825s showing on Bookmap. Let's see again. Let's see if that breakout trade, would have paid. Here's kind of the idea, right? We started to push these highs after retesting VWAP. You go with a stop maybe somewhere down here, targeting prior day's high. Your 1-to-1 wouldn't be that hard to grab right there. But for me, this just wasn't clear enough. This is a nice piece of wide open price action, a wick down here, anywhere within here. While Jerome Powell's speaking, totally could be in store. So this just is not a really clean setup for me. But it's a breakout trade. You could go stop loss right below this 5-minute candle. Thesis say, being that we're going to break and run. This is the move. Through an area of low volume, right? We are coming into these lows that were put in from yesterday, middle of the day, but that we are going to push through this and continue. That can be your thesis. And I don't think it's a terrible one, but not a setup for me. Not specifically a setup for me. Yeah, I'm going to post this in the chat. I'll let you just check that out because I'll be trading it. I'll be trading a Tradeify account coming up, testing with one of them. They had a hell of a deal yesterday, and they still have, let me make sure it's actually still going. They still have 30% off. Yeah, 30% off all challenges and straight to funded till February 14th. I thought it was really crazy There you go, straight to funded. I thought it was really crazy that I could go ahead and buy a funded account, not have to take an eval. Now, there's a trade-off there, right? Do your own research, read the rules. But the trade-off is there's consistency rules, there's a different buffer, there's minimum days to pay out, right? Those things are not in, traditional prop firms where you have, well, in some of them they are, but where you take an eval, you have a little bit more freedom. But I still do like some of the, the not as aggressive end of day trailing drawdown, stuff like that seems like it's still workable. So if you guys are, you have an edge, you have some momentum, I don't think that's a bad option. You pay more for the account, but it's no eval. You go straight into a funded level account where you can be taking a payout in 10 days. So pretty sweet. That's Tradeify. I'll be keeping you guys updated, let you know how I like it, what my experience is with them. But worth checking out. So got a 30% deal running. But again, do your own research, make your own decisions, right? What's right for me might not be right for you, and vice versa. TopstepX obviously really, really sweet. There's a couple of the firms have been eyeballing that have Project X, which is this platform. There's a couple that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. You could guess. You can guess what I'm talking about when I say that. But do your own research, and if you're looking to expand, right? Not a bad idea to eyeball some of the ones that look like they're paying out and have clear rules. Yeah, man, this thing is strong. Sorry, I know I'm trailing off with that thought there. This thing's strong. We are testing this level, right? So we are kind of at a potential resistance level. We may see a reaction here. I'm interested long if we pull back. That's my thought process here. I'm interested long in a pullback. Market obviously likes what Jay Powell's saying. We may just break and run from this level. Along from the top of this area consolidation on a breakout would be paying right now. Not even a 1-to-1, but would be moving. I'm looking for a way to get long on this bad boy. We see something like a retest of VWAP, a sweep down below the lows, and then buyers start to step right in, especially if it happens quickly. If there's like a lot of volume and momentum that take it lower very fast, and then we immediately start to wick back up, to push back up, we get a wick to the downside. That's something I would be looking to enter on for a long play. Why? Holding above VWAP, buyers taking this thing higher. We're coming into initial balance where it looks like we're going to break above. I'd love for that initial balance to get set, a pullback happen, get me long towards that for a breakout above. I don't know that we get that. We are probably just going to push right through it based on what I'm seeing right here. Initial balance is the first 1 hour opening range, so we got a minute and a half before that's set at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. But yeah, this thing looks strong. This thing looks very strong. Can't stand trailing drawdowns. Yeah, me either, man. I mean, intraday trailing drawdown on unrealized profit, I don't know how you handle that. Super duper scalper. That's what you got to work with. You cannot let things run in your favor and then come back on you. Consistency rules are tough too. That's difficult. You have to deal with not being able to have one big day, or a couple big days. I understand the logic behind it, but they can be a little bit difficult to work with. So you got to be, cautious of how you're trading with that. Man, yeah, there's the pop to the upside. Trading towards 850s. 900s above prior day high. Look like they have quite a bit of liquidity at it. That'd be the next level. 775. We got liquidity all the way down. Yeah, we got some buy orders stacked right around where VWAP is sitting right now. Sell orders up to the 900s, 21,900. Quite a bit of liquidity up here. So, yeah, I'm looking long on this. I don't see a reason to get short. Really aggressively short, like I was looking, at an opportunity yesterday. We just didn't hit the level that I was watching. but I'm not looking short on this thing. Nice. Brian took it long. Very nice, dude. Very nice. Yep. Big strength to the upside. Breakout after VWAP. That looks like the play here. Initial balance is breaking to the upside. That prior 5-minute bar, top of that sets the initial balance. This looks really strong. Well, while we're watching this thing break out to the upside, take a quick break, guys. Be right back. Back in action with you guys. Yeah, man. Buys off the open. Buys off the open. That looked like the play. Dow moving in unison, at least for now. Take a look at ES. Very, very similar structure out of ES. Getting a little bit of a pullback. I'd look long on a pullback. Could turn out to be a choppy day. Could just be that reversal on the day that we see sometimes. But I'm looking long on a pullback. That's my thought process for this. Nothing on this structure right here, right now, tells me to be short unless I'm taking a really aggressive short, like I was starting to eyeball yesterday off of this 900 level. If you guys were on the stream yesterday, we had quite a bit of orders sitting up at the 900. I was really close to getting hit on that. We just didn't get it. Wouldn't have played out for a massive win. You know, holding into the close, maybe you're able to pick up. I don't know what I got that. Maybe you pick up 70 points. So I'm interested to see if we start to pull back on this, what we get. We're running into some resistance up here, right? You know, area consolidation. We could have a zone coming off of all these highs and lows right here, right? Tops and bottoms, although it's been sliced through multiple times. It's not super clean zone the way this hasn't been sliced through. You know, next area looking left. But I'm looking for a retest down around this middle ground, maybe a sweep below, you know, this 10 a.m. candle low for a long that I'd be able to structure with some clean risk to the upside. That's my play. I'm not taking these, you know, low time frame breakouts to the upside, although they're paying. You know, they're paying somebody, just not me. But appreciate you guys hanging out, hopping on. Yeah, we're chilling. We'll see what we get. If you guys got questions, trading questions, you know, anything about my chart, feel free, let me know. We can yap about whatever you guys want while we're hanging out watching the markets. Again, I'm taking a little bit more zoomed out approach on NQ. It's been difficult to work with. YM has been working pretty nice off the open. For anybody that hopped on late, I encourage you to go and backtest this. Scroll back to 9:30 a.m. Eastern every day. Take a look above and below price. Identify a discretionary support, resistance, supply, demand, order block, top or bottom, looking left, whatever you want to call it, an area of interest. And watch how many times Dow tests that level and then reverts back to the middle ground, the area of high volume, whether that is VWAP, which I utilize, visible range volume profile, another volume profile, a point of control, just the main area of consolidation for the overnight session. It's a very stupidly simple approach that seems to give me a decent win rate and a modest risk to reward. I'm typically going with a wide stop loss and, you know, closer to a 1-to-1, but it's been playing pretty nicely. Later in the day, I don't mind trading Dow. Again, I still look at it from a very mean reverting type of a pair instrument. I still say that from Forex. I look at it as loves to come back to volume, right? Yes, we break out and run and trend, and it's pretty gnarly when it does, when you're on the wrong side of that. But we get these really, really harsh reversals. This very big back and forth price action. Not so much choppy as much as it's just mean reverting, you know, at least in my view. So that's my interpretation of it, and that's kind of how I trade it, just a little bit differently. So interested to see what happens if we came like way up to the 600s again on, which we are right now on Dow. Yeah, I'd go for a reversal play on Dow. I'd step in front of the train on Dow. I would, because I think we get a pullback. Yeah, I'm looking. That's probably the closest thing I have to a setup. We turn from here. It'll probably happen on NQ and Dow. I'm looking long, back from this middle ground, back from around VWAP, just playing off of the structure of the day, the session structure for continuation back up to the upside. If we first push these highs really aggressively in Dow, I'm going to look really counter. I'm going to look really counter to this, this push off for a reversal back down. I don't know that I would hold it all the way back down to VWAP. Maybe just towards the top end of this area of consolidation. Very simple. Support, resistance, supply, demand, price action, market structure, whatever you want to call this. Just stupidly simple. An area on the chart where I think we are likely to see a reaction that maybe generates a little bit higher than a 50% win rate and a little bit higher than a 1-to-1 risk to reward. And I could see that up here. Give me a way to structure risk past these highs where if we just continue ripping through, I think I'm dead wrong looking at this short. And, this is just strength and we're going to run today. But what I watch play out often enough is even if we are going to run, first we pull back and sometimes we don't run. We just end up being a choppy day and we kind of revert back down. So we are at an area, looking at just volume profile where we got some volume up here. We may just turn back down from here, but this doesn't give me a great risk structure, right? I'd want to go above these highs by a pretty decent amount. I want to allow for a sweep above this because I think that could absolutely happen. So I really can't take it from down here. I think that would be too quick. And could just get above them and get a positive risk to reward. But again, I don't know that I would hold this one all the way back to VWAP. This would probably be, towards this level here on the 5-minute, towards the 500 mark. So as I'm eyeballing this, let's take a look at Dow. Dow Bookmap. Ooh. We got some orders at 72. Let me zoom out. Yeah, nothing too crazy on Dow. Looking for a short play on Dow. Back to VWAP. That's my game plan. Somewhere near this, probably low in this zone. I don't know that I would wait for much of a big push through. Stop loss above these highs from yesterday. Yeah, there's our close. Let's see. Let's see if that sets up for us. Get a trade on here with you guys. Let's see. Brian's long. Ah, I don't want to fade you, Brian. You got long and made it work though. Very nice. Very nice. Long value acceptance. Going to rotate value area high. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, value area high at 600. Yep. Nice. Do we find a lot of buyers today? You know, that's the risk here. I'm still going to look for it on Dow. There's definitely a move that can occur here where we start to break above in Nasdaq. We break above yesterday's high. We come back up to the high 900s and test that big round number up here. You know, we continue this strength. That could be a big move. That could be a big move. So here we are. I'm going to take a look at the 600s. Let's see what we get as we approach the 600 level in Dow. I'm looking at this aggressively short. This is it's a risky play, right? It's very counter to what we've got for the day so far. I'm looking at some potential resistance found at near these highs and a quick crack back down towards the 500 level. Probably not all the way that far. For something that I'd hold back down towards this 515-ish area. But I don't know that I want to jump right in front of this bus because these are looking very strong. These are looking very strong, and I'm going to be fairly counter to this trend. But I'm going to see what happens right here at Dow as we approach the 600s. Got Bookmap over on the side. We have some liquidity there, not a whole bunch above, so I don't know that this bad boy just breaks and runs. Let's see. All we can do is structure our trades in a way that makes sense. Wait for our areas on the chart to be hit, and look to take trades that make sense to us. That's all we can do. Almost. Yeah, I'm going to wait for that 600 to trade out. If we turn from here and just come back down, not a missed trade. Again, maybe I'm being too patient, too greedy, looking for, you know, an area on the chart to be hit. But was initially saying off the bottom of this zone, this area here, we're starting to find a little bit of sellers here, just kind of hesitating on this candle. Not a bad entry, but I'm looking at orders at that 600 big round psychological number that I'd like to see traded out. Did it hit it on actual Dow? 597. No, traded 44,597. Let's see what happens up here on Dow. Maybe I'm reading this and I'm just not going to get the entry that I want. We'll find out. We'll find out together. There we go. That 600 is being traded. Let's see what happens up here. Let's see what happens up here. I'm getting short on Dow from up at this level. Pretty aggressive. Decide to scale in a little bit heavier there. Aggressive entry, very low risk. I'm gonna keep this at $100. I'm gonna try it short here. Probably going to try it again if we reach another level. Actually, no, I wouldn't try this again. Looking at this next level up here, I think we could blast through this and just continue higher. There's potential for that. But I'm looking for a reaction off of this area here. After sweeping above these highs, again, basic area of interest that I could see Dow reverting from. I'm going to be looking for a move back towards... I could almost set a take profit on this one, but I'm not going to. I obviously have to mess with risk settings in these accounts that I've got on. I'm going to look for a reaction back down towards the 515s, 520s. Gives me a nice positive way to structure risk. Again, I'm going light. $100, just over $100 worth of risk in this. I think this can easily continue to the upside. I'm very counter to the current trend, right? The low time frame trend. We are just ripping. So this stop can get absolutely ran through. So where I'm comfortable maybe putting on double, 2.5 times this amount of risk for a trade like this, I want to give myself, another follow-up trade. But I like this opportunity, like the way that I can structure risk on it. This is probably something that won't play out even half the time. I'm going to say this style of trade really aggressively later into the session on Dow. This is probably a lower than 50% win rate, positive risk to reward style of trade. But it's a risk I'm willing to take. So I'm short from 602. Just waiting for a little bit of reaction as we started to trade above these highs. Again, aggressively counter to this movement to the upside right here. If we continue to knife through, I'm going to be out for 107.50. And we'll look for something, maybe look for something later into the day. But that's my setup. That's my trade. Looking at NASDAQ here, similar structure, just really continuing to push to the upside. Starting to find a little bit of sellers up here, but not much. We're just still cranking to the upside. Yeah, I like this risk structure. I'm okay with that. So we'll let our trade play out, guys. Again, as always, appreciate you guys hopping on here. Appreciate you hanging out with me, trading live. Being in the Discord, being in the community, it's awesome. It's awesome to have a group to talk to get different perspectives. Yeah, man, to be hanging out. Otherwise, it's really, we were talking about it yesterday. It can be really lonely, really isolating, sitting in your room by yourself trading. So it's awesome to have a community. So appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. Just checking out volume down here at the bottom on a lower time frame. Sometimes a little bit clearer to look at from a lower time frame perspective. Just starting to hesitate up here. Again, we could be in for another really, really aggressive leg up. Again, this is I like to acknowledge kind of the trades that I take. This is very aggressively counter to the session trend, playing off of Dow's mean reversion, tendency to love to go back towards VWAP, although this is a stretch to make it all the way back down. We're at 488. Let me see where we're at on the Big Brother, 87. Yeah, so we're not too far off. Again, something that allows me to structure risk in a really nice positive way, but has a modest probability, in my opinion, of playing out, right? The more counter you go to what price is doing right here, right now on low time frames, I think the more you can have your stop just blasted through, right? But that's okay if you're standing to make a little bit more when you're right and lose a little bit less when you're wrong. That's typically the rule of thumb, right? That kind of holds true across trading. The higher win rate you get, the lower risk to reward you're going to go. The higher you go in risk to reward, the lower win rate you're going to go. Although I got somebody on my on my IG video saying they're going to trade live and show me that they have over a 10-to-1 risk to reward and they average over a 60% win rate. And I said I will delete my video talking about the Top Step leaderboard and their win rates and risk to rewards, and I will interview him if he trades that live in a live or a funded account for 50 trades and he gets those kinds of metrics. I'd love to see that happen. 5-10 pips away. Oh, good. Ryan calling out a trade. Gotcha. Yeah, guys, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go stop some background noise that I could hear from over here from coming into this into this area. Be right back. I'm going to let my chair trade for me. Chair? Chair did okay. Chair did okay. Yeah, guys, so I'm going to hang on to this one. I'm probably just going to wrap it up here. I don't really need to stay on just to watch this thing play. I'm probably going to let this thing hit my stop loss if it does just continue up. I don't really see a case to manage this thing. We start to blast off. It's probably going to run my stop really aggressively. My take profit level is going to be down around this area, down around these 20s, these low 500s. That's the area that I'm looking. So While I'm not going to have a fixed take profit in here, you'll be able to see how this trade plays out. And my mic's on. You'll see how this trade plays out, watching it after the fact, right? We rip right through past the 650s. You could assume I got stopped out. We start to drift lower. If we make it, let's say past a 1-to-1, closer towards this area, I'm going to go stop loss to break even at a certain point. Try to preserve capital. If we just run higher, I'm likely stopped out on it. NQ, I don't really see too much. Ooh, we pulled back in NQ. We didn't in Dow. Interesting. NQ really looking the opposite direction. If we had pulled down really aggressively and then had some movement in the direction to the upside, I was considering a long, but I don't know that we get that. This may just be a drift higher from here or a reversal, right? We see something across indices back down towards VWAP. So on that note, I'll wrap it up here with you guys with my trade running. Let's look at ES real quick. And we'll leave it from there. So appreciate you guys hopping on. If you're not in the free Discord, hop in the free Discord. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. I'm just an idiot on YouTube talking about trading. Not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. Do your own research. Trading's risky. Almost all traders lose money. Talk to you guys soon. I'll keep you updated. I'll try to call out any management on that trade in the free Discord. So hop in there. Link in the description. Link in chat. And we'll go from there. Pal's still talking. Seems very conservative. Yeah, he's going to talk. We'll see if he knifes this in the direction of the trade or against it. So on that note, guys, appreciate you being here. Thank you. It's awesome to have this many people hopping on all the time. It's really, really cool to do. So I will see you here tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And for the rest of the week, talk to you guys soon.